Right? They may be looking out at us, but do we know anything more about them as individuals or personalities? Not so much. And I bet yes, they look very unhappy often, right? Because they don't want to show their teeth, right? We've got teeth like hers, we're not showing, right? So, and these are both by Raphael, right? And again, you see here certain items that will also be to the woman pictured here with unicorn, right? And unicorns were only supposed to be able to be tamed by chaste virgins, so it's all about her purity and her virtue, right? And Magdalene Andoni, again, who looks so unhappy, but we see her decked out in this, fantastic outfit. She's showing off her jewels. It's again, about wealth and conventions of beauty. I mean, if we look at them next to each other, they've got different hair color, but we don't see a lot that separates them out as far as individualized features, right? So even as they start to look at us, and then we can just go back to our Giovanni Tornabuoni and see how that has continued on. Now, ideas of beauty do shift, right, in the Renaissance, and the second literary influence that I wanted to talk about, who also really inspires various artists and other poets, is Agnolo Firenzuola, which is the second name that I wrote up there. And he writes in 1548 the Dialogo della Bellezza delle Donne, which is a dialogue on the beauty of women. And it's probably one of the most complete, if not the most complete, expositions on the beauty of the ideal woman in the 16th century. He's very exact in terms of measurements and proportions. Very, very exact. And again, I'll give you a sense of some of the things that he writes about. And you're going to hear a lot of things that are going to sound familiar to you, because again, he's conscious of Petrarch, he's conscious of the tradition, right? So he again focuses a lot on hair, golden, curly hair, right? It can be gold, it can be honey, it can go to sunshine, right? But still blonde, right? The brow has to be twice as high as it is wide. Again, measurements. He's always talking about measurements. Eyebrows must be dark and fine as silk, right? Perfect arches that taper at the end, right? Eyes should be fringed by a modest number of lashes. Now the problem with that is I don't know what happens if you're born with a lot of lashes, and they can either be too long, too black, too white. Right? So we have to find a happy medium with our lashes. Now your ears should be soft, but not flabby. Now they should be pale pink, like roses, not like rubies, right? Except for the little channel at the edge, which should be a little redder, it should be more transparent, it should be more like a pomegranate. Okay? The nose, perfectly proportioned, right? Slightly pointed, but not turned up, because that means you're prideful. We don't want that, right? Vermilion lips, right? Should be equal, but here's another thing I like. Neither one projecting over the other, and in profile, they should meet at an obtuse angle. Right? Now again, here we have woman's smile, right? Should be rare and modest, the crowning perfection of her mouth, right? And if teeth are revealed, only 5 or 6, and then they better be even, and they better be ivory, and they better be on the top. Right? And again, long, slender neck. Right, so again, we saw that in Petrarch. Shoulders, right, that are soft and ample with arms springing out and then curving back, like a vase. Firenzuola talks a lot about women looking like vases, right, as the ideal proportion, right? Fingers long and slender, and then again, spends a lot of time talking about breasts. Should be ample, should be swelling, should swell outward and upward, but they shouldn't have any hint of bone beneath, and they should press against a woman's gown, right? So he spends a lot of time focusing on that. So, we look here at this is obviously not a real woman, right? This is the so-called Madonna of the long neck. I think you all can see why that is, right? And so the Madonna of the long neck is often thought to be this promising, the artist, like, exactly following the directives of Firenzuola. And again, talks about the elongated fingers, talks about the neck, and he also goes into like proportion, like the head in relation to the body, and all of these things that are very, very exact. And again, that vase-like shape we see, we're even being reminded here with the attendant running in, like, look, the vase, that looks like a woman who's like vase, right? So it's, again, to remind actually are real women that artists try to conform to these. A good example would be Bronzino, right? And again, we look at these women with their incredible giraffe necks, right? And again, those sloping, show their arms like vase handle. And something that is a little sort of pun, where Bronzino kind of knows that people are going to recognize this. This woman on the right is actually wearing earrings that are in the shape of little perfect vases. Right? So, and you can see here again, we have two women that are looking a lot alike, right? There isn't a lot to choose between them, and this very creepy child down here as well. But, the thing that's interesting about Bronzino is we're talking a lot about ideals of beauty for women. This is not to say that there aren't also ideals of beauty or handsomeness for men, right? And the thing about Bronzino that I love is his sort of ideals of beauty seem to cross gender. Right? Now we've seen, his men are, have just the same pinched waists and long necks as the women do. But with this, I kind of set this up so we could do like a little brief detour into this idea of gender and gender difference in terms of male and female portraiture. And obviously, my focus today is on the women. But again, just to give you a sense, probably one of the classic examples to use, and many of you may know these portraits, which is Piero della Francesca's portraits. This is the Duke and Duchess of Urbino, right? And so right off the bat, we see the Duchess conforming to a lot of those ideals of beauty that we already saw, right? With the blonde hair, plucked way back, very white skin, possibly in this case because of the posthumous portrait, she was already dead. But also died giving birth to, I believe it was the 8th child. They had 7 girls, 8 little boys. She died, satisfied, she did her job again, right? We see her with the pearls, we see the elaborate arm, right? Now, if we compare that to hubby over on the right, what do we notice? Yes, and in fact, it goes even farther than that, right? So it's got that hooked nose, and we see warts and all, literally, right? We see, age. We see, more of an individual. Maybe not so much personality looking at the side, you can't know, but it's more of an individual. Now, the other thing is, you may have noticed that all of the women that we saw in profile were always on this side, which is the traditional way for them to be looking. They're flipped. The reason why he's on that side is he had this horrible jousting accident where he lost an eye. And that's why his nose is also all screwed up like that. So they gotta put him on that side. Because if he's on this side, we have this gaping hole of an eye there. So it's also, it's warts and all, but we're keeping a few things, under wraps there. So again, and we see also he's, wearing red, in this case, is a color of the court, and it's, an elevated costume he's wearing, but again, he's just not, some of these women we talk about almost still lives, right? They're just decorated to the nth degree. And these are also portraits that have reverses that also, again, give us a little bit more information about ideals, right? This is and they're actually flipped right now. So this is the male, one on this side, we see him in armor, right? And he's with the virtues of prudence, temperance, fortitude, justice, right? He's a good ruler. They were all thought to be things that would make him a good ruler, and his inscription talks about as make him a good ruler. And then we see over here, Batista's over here, and she's reading a book, right? So she's probably reading the Bible. We see her, we've got unicorns, again, right? We've got faith, hope, and charity here. And her inscription effectively says, she adorns his realm. It's not about her, it's about him, and how she is the ideal beauty to adorn the realm. Right? Now,